come from, but where do all you zombies come from?
Today, we're jumping straight into the sci-fi rabbit hole, where up is down, nothing is what it seems, and every scene leaves you wondering if reality is slipping through your fingers. These are the films that stay with you, making you question everything long after the credits roll. So, get ready for the 11 mind-bending sci-fi films to mess with your head. Hit subscribe, and let's count down the movies guaranteed to twist your brain into knots. Annihilation.
Crazy they killed each other. Or two. Something in here killed them.
Annihilation stands out from the sci-fi wave of the late 2010s as something bold and thought-provoking, a real mind-bender from Ex Machina director Alex Garland. This 2018 film, based on Jeff Vandermeer's novel, follows Lena, played by Natalie Portman, a biologist who dives into a mysterious, deadly zone known as the Shimmer. It's a place where reality warps in strange ways, and Lena's there to figure out what happened to her husband, Oscar Isaac, who's the only person to return from an earlier expedition.
It's destroying everything.
It's not destroying.
Visually, it's stunning, with haunting music that pulls you into its eerie, unsettling world. Fans and critics have compared it to movies like Alien, Arrival, and 2001: A Space Odyssey, not just for its sci-fi horror, but for its exploration of identity and transformation. If you're into films that really get under your skin, Annihilation is one you won't forget. Signs.
It's going to pass. Don't be afraid. They're in the house. Here it comes. Don't be afraid.
M. Night Shyamalan's Signs isn't your average alien invasion flick. The real story digs deeper. The film follows Mel Gibson, plays Graham Hess, a former minister who's lost his way after a tragic accident, and Joaquin Phoenix joins him as Merrill, his brother, a retired baseball player. They're living on a Pennsylvania farm with Graham's kids, Morgan and Bo, when mysterious crop circles start showing up, hinting at something unsettling on the horizon. Shyamalan nails the suspense here, but it's all in the details.
Ground forces are being assembled. It's happening. Don't be afraid.
Instead of flashy effects, he gives us subtle chills, creaks in the night, shadows lurking, those lingering pauses that raise every hair on your neck. Gibson and Phoenix make you feel every beat, bringing both humor and heart to a story that feels almost personal. Signs proves you don't need explosions to keep people on edge, just a great story and characters that you actually care about. If you're into sci-fi with a bit of soul, this one's definitely worth a watch. Arrival.
Why does this feel worse?
Next on our list is Denis Villeneuve's Arrival from 2016, a film that brings a fresh, thought-provoking twist to sci-fi. This one goes beyond the usual alien encounter and dives deep into questions about time, fate, and the ways we connect. Amy Adams leads as Dr. Louise Banks, a linguist tasked with decoding the language of these mysterious beings who've shown up on Earth in sleek, shell-like ships. Known as heptapods, these aliens communicate with circular symbols, which Louise gradually learns to understand, revealing truths that redefine her life, and maybe even ours.
Are you dreaming in their language? It's possible they're prodding us to fight among ourselves.
This is just a way to force us to work together for once.
Villeneuve masterfully builds tension with the eerie visuals of these symbols and disorienting scenes that blend Louise's past and future. Arrival isn't just another sci-fi flick, it's an experience, powered by Johan Johansson's haunting score and Villeneuve's signature style. Predestination.
I know where I come from, but where do all you zombies come from?
Predestination is a wild ride, to say the least. Directed by the Spierig brothers and featuring Ethan Hawke and Sarah Snook, it's based on Robert A. Heinlein's story, All You Zombies. The story centers on a time-traveling agent on a mission to stop the Fizzle Bomber, a criminal who's been dodging capture for years, causing chaos across different timelines. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear there's a lot more going on than a simple chase.
You're here to create history and influence what is to come. time catches up with us all.
Without spoiling anything, let's just say this movie packs one of the most unusual twists you'll find in sci-fi. If you're the type who loves connecting the dots before the big reveal, Predestination will keep you guessing, though good luck catching every twist before it hits. Primer.
Considered new. They took from their surroundings what was needed and made of it something more.
Primer is that rare indie sci-fi that's going to push even the sharpest minds to the edge. Directed, written, and starred in by Shane Carruth, this film dives into the story of two friends, both engineers, who accidentally stumble upon time travel in their garage. Made on a budget of just $7,000, Primer ditches the usual Hollywood glitz in favor of intricate dialogue and layers of plot that pull you into a philosophical puzzle about the unforeseen messes that tech can create. Carruth's approach is all about authenticity. He was an engineer himself, so the science in Primer feels grounded, like you're actually seeing two real people lose control over something way bigger than they ever imagined.
Good days, when by anyone's judgment, they would have to be considered clever. No one would say that what they were doing was complicated.
There's no flashy CGI or overdone polish here, which gives it a raw, almost documentary-like vibe. It's a true mind-bender though, and definitely not for everyone. But if you're up for something intense and cerebral, Primer is going to demand every bit of your focus. Ex Machina.
Want to be with me?
Can we talk about the lies you've been spinning me?
What lies?
You have to help me. You have to help me.
Ex Machina isn't just another sci-fi thriller. It's a deep dive into the heart of artificial intelligence and what it means to be human, brought to life by Alex Garland. We follow Caleb, played by Domhnall Gleeson, a young programmer invited by Nathan, a reclusive tech mastermind portrayed by Oscar Isaac, to test the consciousness of Ava, an AI robot with an unsettlingly lifelike presence, thanks to Alicia Vikander's stunning performance. Set in Nathan's isolated high-tech mansion, the film builds tension with its tight spaces and eerie silences, evoking the same unnerving vibe that Kubrick mastered in The Shining.
One day the AIs are gonna look back on us, upright apes, all set for extinction.
But this isn't your typical AI thriller. Garland steers away from heavy sci-fi jargon, instead pulling us into a psychological horror that makes us question autonomy, freedom, and the ethical lines we draw, or don't. The modernist glass-walled mansion almost feels like a character itself, adding a sense of claustrophobia where everything seems visible, yet the truth always feels just out of reach. The Platform.
El hambre desata la locura.
The Platform is a bold, brutal look at human nature under extreme pressure. This dystopian horror with a mind-bending concept went viral when clips started circulating on social media. That's actually how I stumbled across it myself. The film unfolds in a vertical prison where each floor holds two inmates, and their daily meal comes on a single platform loaded with food. It starts at the top overflowing, but by the time it reaches the lower levels, there's almost nothing left. Yvonne Massaguet stars as Goreng, a newcomer who quickly realizes survival here means facing some harsh realities. The Platform masterfully mixes suspense with a dark social commentary, drawing comparisons to films like Snowpiercer and Cube, both also worth checking out. If you're up for a thought-provoking watch that'll keep you on edge and leave you pondering real-world issues, The Platform is a must-see. 12 Monkeys.
Wrong year. You're certain of that?
Science ain't an exact science.
You had a bullet from World War I in your leg, James. How did it get there?
I don't know.
Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys takes you on a wild, twisted journey through time and survival. Picture this, a dystopian future where most of humanity's gone, wiped out by a virus. Bruce Willis plays Cole, a prisoner sent back to the 90s, not to stop the virus, but to figure out where it came from so the future might stand a chance. Brad Pitt joins the ride as Jeffrey Goins, a chaotic, unpredictable activist who just might be the missing piece to the puzzle.
Meticulously constructed fantasy world, and that world is starting to disintegrate.
You haven't become addicted to that dying world?
No, sir.
He needs gates of hell.
But this isn't your typical time travel flick. Gilliam keeps you constantly guessing, pulling you into a dark, surreal world of strange steampunk visuals and blurred lines between reality and madness. Inception.
The dream's collapsing.
Inception isn't just a movie, it's Christopher Nolan's sci-fi thriller that redefined the way we think about storytelling. Leonardo DiCaprio takes the lead as Dom Cobb, a thief who doesn't just steal secrets, he dives into people's dreams to take what's hidden. But this time, he's given an impossible task, not to steal an idea, but to plant one. Cobb, along with his team of dream infiltrators, ventures through layers of dreams in a mission that could reunite him with his kids or leave him lost in a dream forever.
Your responsibility. We are not prepared for this.
It's packed with heart-pounding action, mind-bending visuals, and Hans Zimmer's iconic score that keeps you hooked. Nolan's direction and an unforgettable cast make Inception a modern masterpiece. Coherence.
I don't want to be stuck here. What is going on?
Imagine discovering that the house next door is actually another version of your own. Coherence dives into this chilling idea in a suspense-filled indie sci-fi horror. Written and directed by James Ward Burkett, it starts as an ordinary dinner party with friends, drinks, and laughs, until a comet streaks across the sky, triggering eerie disruptions. Phones go haywire, the power flickers, and they encounter unsettling versions of themselves.
This is bad. This is really bad.
What's the box?
That was at the other house.
Oh my god.
Baby, what did you see?
Hugh, what did you see?
Soon, the friends realize they're tangled in a multiverse, where each house on the block is a parallel version of their own. It's like a Twilight Zone episode, but it twists deeper and deeper into a mind-bending nightmare. Edge of Tomorrow.
Of course you're not. You're a weapon.
Edge of Tomorrow is a sci-fi mashup of Groundhog Day and Starship Troopers. Tom Cruise stars as Major William Cage, a PR officer suddenly tossed into the front lines against a deadly alien race called the Mimics. But there's a twist. Each time he's killed in battle, he wakes up at the start of the same day, forced to relive the brutal fight until he can find a way to win. Guided by Rita, a fearless soldier played by Emily Blunt, Cage's journey is both intense and surprisingly funny as he masters combat through endless trial and error.
No matter what I do, it's as far as you go.
Adapted from Hiroshi Sakurazaka's novel All You Need Is Kill and directed by Doug Liman, Edge of Tomorrow might have flown under the radar initially, but it's since become a sci-fi favorite that holds up incredibly well on repeat viewings. So if you're up for a clever, action-packed ride that's laugh-out-loud brutal, this one's worth checking out. If you enjoyed our picks for best mind-bending sci-fi films, give us a thumbs up. Want even more movie recommendations? Check out the video description for links to our other content. And don't forget to subscribe for more great videos.